Good evening, race fans. Good evening, BSTV fans. And welcome to your Simability V8ESC Season 13, Rounds 3 and 4. We are in Detroit, and this is Motor City's racetrack, Belle. You don't have to worry about much around here other than other cars, the wall, everything, really. I am joined in the booth with Wobbly Kneecaps. Good evening, Wobbly.
Good evening, Pete. Looking forward to this one. Great track, great atmosphere, great drivers, and even a driver who doesn't race.
A driver who doesn't race, what?
Yeah, because I signed up as a driver instead
Oh,
of
of
you.
course you did, yes. Wobbly will be on your race standing screens, but he is not part of our race. If you hear the sounds of someone dying in the background tonight, or even in the foreground, it's because I have the flu. And a chest infection and Guatemalan bog fever and probably several other things. But Wobbly, Belle Isle, you've raced here before, no doubt, many times. It's a feast for a spectator. It's a very, very difficult track to drive as a racer, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and to be quite frank with you, I never did a race on this track. I did do a couple of practices, but I always avoided it because walls scare me. They just come at me like every time I was in a practice, they just keep coming at you. Like you have to be on your toes, like every corner, every meter, and we all know like I have the concentration of a freaking squirrel.
Yep.
So I see like a tree, it's like oh a tree, and then I see like a dog, like oh a dog, you know. You can't do that on this track. It's just pure concentration. And if I remember correctly, we that was a nice scratch though.
It was.
If I remember correctly, we even did throw out a yellow last time around when we were here with the V8s.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, so we're like trigger happy on that one as well to be sure that we're getting a safe passage for everyone who wants to drive the race and finish it in one piece.
Right, I figured out where the curb cam is, I think. Handily, it is halfway around the track, I think. Oh no, it's just after the first turn. It's just after the first turn. Yes, I found it this time. We don't have to go hunting. Right, last time out. Excuse me. Last time out, Simon Trendle won both rounds. Is he here? That's the other challenging thing. Jamie Wilson's here, and Simon's here as well. There he is, coming out of pit road. So he mopped up good and proper, as did Kenzie, actually. Is Kenzie here? I don't see his name in the standings screen. Maybe he'll join with minutes to go, although we are in qualifying, so I doubt he's going to show up tonight.
He's not registered, right?
No, he got second in both races, so he did very well. And then Tony Kloosterman was third in the first race at Kota. And in the second race, it was Stephen Phillips. There was some door banging and other at Kota in the second race. It was very hard for people to overtake, but we saw some beautiful manoeuvres. But yeah, Stephen Phillips came home third. So what that does for the standings, it means that Simon Trundle leads the way in the championship. Kenzie Newhoff is 36 points behind him. Stephen Phillips is in third with Tony Kloosterman in fourth. Adam Wright rounds out your top five. In terms of the team standings, no surprises, Team Chimera are on top because of that double victory and Jamie Wilson doing reasonably well actually. He came home fifth in one of the races. Hydra Race Racing Forces, Kenzie's team in second as someone goes straight on at the first major right-hander. Excuse me. NQR, Tony Kloosterman's team are in third, and then BSTV Sports Green in fourth, and NQR Europe, who did really well last time out, in fifth. Driver of the meeting, Stephen Phillips, mopped that up. He did so well at Kota. It was really good. I'm assuming he's here, but maybe not. No, he's not.
He's not here.
That's odd. I know he doesn't like this track that much, so maybe that's why. Tony Kloosterman is here. I was wondering whether he'd be here. He's not been well lately. And then Simon Trendle is third, or joint second with Tony in the driver of the meeting. Safe Driver Award. Also, Simon Trendle topping that one. Bob Woodhouse. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I heard you talking about qualifying, and then I wanted to point out that like we got like a BSTV driver on pole right now, and
yeah, that won't last.
As much as I hate Adam, I really despise him. So I'd like to see someone try to beat his time, like just do like a 25 seconds lap or something, because he's not that quick.
So this is his teammate he's talking about. Don't forget, folks. So Bob Woodhouse is in second, and Rob Venn is in third in the Safe Driver Awards. And then the Forever Forward Award is led by Simon Trendle. Alex Lado is in second, and then Kenzie is in third.
Who's that? Somebody smacked the wall like crazy.
Ooh, I don't know. I've not got. It's not doing anything on the event tracker in qualifying, so.
Oh, it wasn't happened.
All right. We'll pass that as testing the track limits, shall we?
Well, if the track limit is hitting the tire barrier. Oh well, it looks fun.
So, do you want to talk us through a lap if I can find someone that's starting one?
Yeah, sure, mate. If you, it doesn't really matter. I mean, all the drivers are talented enough to navigate their way around.
Let's go on board with Nikolai Pierre.
No, starting up straight, like instantly going to the right, and there's like a little bit of grass and curb on the right. You don't want to touch it too hard. Turn into the left instantly again, and if you hit that curb too hard, you get up to send up to the wall right there, and you see that Pierre is really catching his car there. You saw a little bit of oversteer. Going towards the next corner is a right-hander. You start braking it at like 100, 150 meters. Try not to clip the curb again too hard. And there's a little bit of runoff area on the left-hand side, but there's a little bit of grass as well, so watch out. This curb on the inside is real high, so you want to position your car like right on the outside of the curb, go all the way to the right to the wall, and move to the left as quickly as possible. It's like a short run. And this bit is really, really tactical. It's like a large runoff to the left. The track is super wide, and if you're able to get through that in third gear, you get as much speed as possible. So you position your car close to the wall. Again, it's just close to the wall every time. The curbs are high. You see him clipping this curb as well, going to the right to the wall, and then moving in with a big swooping corner to the left, and then you get the instantly 90-degree corner to the left again, and then you get another corner, and then you get another corner to the right. So it's just corner after corner. If you look to the right there, you see again. I think you hit the wall on the left, by the way. But you see that curb again. The curb is so super high. Hit that, and you're gonna be sent off. Nice catch from it. And it's all 90 degrees. It's like a really, really American track. 90 degrees right, 90 degrees left, 90 degrees left. And then after you think like, oh, I'm almost done, the next lap starts. And we go again. And we go to the left. And then we got another curve. And then we go, oh, and this he saved it. Wow, good job though. So my point being is like, every corner is almost, there you hit the wall properly.
Yeah, that's the end.
But the fact that he hit that wall shows you how much concentration it takes to get through a lap. It's tight, it's twisty, it's a real fun American style road track. There are like certain bits like this part where is this I think this is Bob, alright? Bob? Is this Bob?
Yeah.
I think it's Bob. So this is Bob, and you see like this is your only resting place, and you see him clipping the wall even, and
sorry, this is Alex. Alex Lado. Yeah.
Oh, Alex, yeah, sorry. But like going through that lap, you see like the curbs are high. The runoff, there's certain corners where there's runoff area.
Yep.
And once you got into the flow, you gotta remember like where am I at on the track, because every corner looks like the same corner.
And that's my worst enemy, you know. You know what my attention span is like. I just think every corner looks the same here. I've done loads of races here, funnily enough, and done reasonably well. And I think it's because I'm concentrating so much on trying to figure out which corner it is. I actually do it right. It's the tracks where they all look the same, and you don't have to be as alert because there's no walls. Like Virginia, for instance. You're off track at Virginia. You're off track for about an hour because it's forever back to the track. But I care less because I haven't got a wall to hit. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I think that the thing that I forgot to point out though on the track is like it's really bumpy as well. once you're in the car, and especially, I'm assuming that like 90% of the guys probably has direct drives, SimiCube, Fanatec, Moza, whatever. And if you drive this, it's like a real hassle to get through. It's like every time it's like you try to catch that, and it puts you off like a little bit every time when you enter a corner. It's like the little bump on Bathurst, on like the 4th corner or whatever you go up the hill one.
Yeah,
you know which one I mean.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that one. So it's like that, but like the whole track. And if you like move to the left or right for like a centimeter, and suddenly you get another bump, so your approach on the corner is different. It takes a lot of practice to nail this one.
Yeah, Chris says your explanation sounds like someone who's done a couple of laps. That's because he's a purist in the car and on the track. There's a lot of being very careful on the gas around here as well, isn't there? Especially in this car, it's an absolute monster to drive. 1,000,000 horsepower, that's what I'm going with anyway. And there's rumours of more V8s coming to the service as well, Wobbly, which will hopefully generate further interest in these cars.
Oh yeah, I wasn't listening.
Oh, excellent. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Sorry.
Simon Trendle is the provisional poleman now. He has exceeded Adam's time by a whopping 0.036 of a second. Tony Kloosterman currently in provisional 3rd.
Yeah, it's great to see somebody beating Adam. That's just lovely. Because I mean, I've seen the times he did in like the 24 hours of Daytona. Mate, you were even faster, Pete.
Yeah, I know that's not true, but never mind.
No, it's true.
Simon
I'm
found
not
the
kidding.
fastest way to stop so he could reset, which is use one of the many available walls.
I mean, I guess you could call it some walls here.
But this is one of the most intense laps on any track, really. You only get one bit of time to, rest your concentration, and even then you're watching about who's coming up behind you and whether you've left racing room on the inside into that right-hand turn at turn 4. Excuse me.
Could you do me a favor?
Well, stop coughing.
No, 2 favors. Yeah, stop coughing, and could you restart your stream on Discord?
Restart my... Oh, yeah. Why, is it rubbish?
No, I just bugging out a little bit, but it's okay. Just restarted, it's fine. Yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to this one. I mean, it's a fun track. I think we're gonna see great racing. I think we're gonna see close battles because overtaking is really hard around here.
Yeah.
I do think that we might, as I mentioned, like in the start, we might need to be trigger happy on the safety car because we really want to avoid the incident we had last time, which we solved with the safety car. But yeah, so we might be what the commanders again? Yellow. Never mind, I remember.
Yeah. So the Muse saying Bob Woodhouse needs to get a wriggle on and charge up the qualifying order as we enter into the race. So I shall run through the grid. Or do you want to run through the grid? Because my voice won't last out, I don't think.
Simon Trendle for Team Camera in the first place. Adam Wright second for BSTV. Tony Kloosterman Never Quit Racing on third. Alex Zovignano, I guess I'm pronouncing that right. Hydro Racing Forces. Tyler Newitt on fifth for BSTV Esports Green. Eric Blixt, I guess.
Yeah.
Icon Tech, and HR by Nim. Nikolai Bogatarev, NQR Europe on 7th. Robert Woodhouse, NQR Europe on 8th. Jaden Wilson, Team Camera on 9th. Anthony Woodwork, NQR Europe on 10th. Robert Fan, BSTV Esports Green. And Myro Husarski. I always forget. PCS. And now the screen went all blurry and there it is again. So Nikolai Bure on also on Alcon Tech and HR Biden. Ivan Bowman for Track Velocity Racing on 14th. JB Diju for BSTV Esports Blue and Wobbly Kneecap 16th. That's me because I didn't qualify and I signed up as a racer. Number 21. To be honest, I started reading my name, and like after 4 seconds, I realized that it was me.
Yeah, I did notice that, and so did everybody else,
Yeah.
which was always funny.
Yes, because of the beers.
Excellent. I think the saying is "don't drink and commentate," but never mind.
That never worked out for me. I mean, I was drinking Kilkenny's. It's fun. So almost at the start of the race, really looking forward to this one, and really looking forward to how they get off on the field, because the first corner, it's like a really small sprint, but if you nail that start, and you'll be able to stick it in on the left hand side, the next corner is a right, but the outside corner, on the outside of the next corner, you get a little bit more grip. So I'm looking forward to turn 3, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be an intense one. As we go racing, we are green.
Oh, a good start on the left from, is that Adam? Is that...
Yes. Stream's gone, is it?
No, there's back.
Alright. Ooh, that was very intense. A bit of touching there.
Oh, they all came through safety for like the first 2 corners, so that's nice to see. That's a good thing.
They all fan out for this turn that you were talking about.
Yeah, this is like the sprint, and they rode side by side, and
Ooh,
they might...
Adam.
Oh, Jamie Bale.
It was
Jamie...
Simon. Oh,
no.
Adam into the wall.
Adam hit the wall. No, but Jamie Bale in the background, I think he missed his brake marker.
Ah, okay.
He chose the long way.
Oh, he's way back here, look. Okay, let's go back to the racing. That's Ant Woodward's feet in the inset picture for everybody that's wondering what that's all about.
So everybody has a feet fetish, look at that. Rewinding real quick what happened to Jamie.
You often get people bailing out of somebody else's mistake at that corner. Oh! Who was that? Somebody in the background. Is it Miro?
Tyler? Oh, Miro.
No, it's not Miro either. Is it?
Oh,
it
like
is.
A BSTV car.
It's the council paint. It's Miro's car. So he's done a slow spin and he's trying to get himself back straight, but the walls are preventing that right now.
So I did a quick replay on what happened to Jamie. Jamie just missed his corner, chose to go up to the runoff area, did a 180 and came back on track without any damage.
Okay, good.
Like a professional Formula 1 driver on Baku.
Yeah.
Except if you're like Stroll, who can't do a 3-point turn. Was it Stroll?
Yes.
It was Stroll, right? Yeah, you couldn't do it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be an overtake there, so I went on board.
On board, it doesn't matter. We got on board. You can see how tight this is with all the cars in front of you. And like the little smoke patch, all those minor details they put you off.
Yeah.
Like it's different, like when you got practicing. And again, you got the smoke patch. You're right behind this, and there's someone on the right, and that's Tony Kloosterman.
It is.
What happened there? I think he clipped the wall.
Well, yeah. I think there's lots of people doing little tiny touches on the walls.
Oh, inside?
Is that it? Oh yes, he checked on the inside, yeah.
Oh, saved it nice though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotta be fuming inside the car, and he's gotta be cursing and screaming. But I don't know Tony that well, but at least I will be cursing and fuming at myself.
Oh, he will be. He'll be really disappointed with that. It's me that's got the COVID cough. It's not COVID, I've just got the flu. The lungs are meant to stay on the inside. Yeah, you should tell my body that. 2 people hit the wall there. One of them was Nikolai. And the other one was Eric Blixt.
And this is a sprint race, like 30 minutes, balls deep. Let's just go. I mean, yeah, hit the wall, crash. Yeah, it's annoying, but then again, you still have one feature race for an hour left.
Here we go. This is going to be around the outside, like Adam attempted on Simon.
Oh, maybe we're going for the cutback there. He's got a really good exit.
Oh yeah, go on. Oh, he's backed out.
It would have been lovely though if he would have made it stick.
Yeah. Just a reminder to you all, there was a hip check on that wall there from Alex Simability. No, it won't have been. It was Nikolai again. He's dropping backwards into the clutches of the cars behind him at the moment. Simon Trendle is checking out. You can see his lead here. two BSTV cars of Adam and Tyler behind him in second and third.
I've been racing against Simon in GT4s for like ages.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like I could beat him in qualifying, I could beat him in races from like, he was good on certain tracks, I was good on other tracks, but he's really good at keeping a steady pace in races. Like at a point where it just gets annoying. Where you just know like I have to do my absolute best, I can't fall for a second.
Yeah.
And you see him doing that right now, he's just being almost flawless. In his mind he's not being flawless, but if you're behind him or in front of him, you feel like he's freaking flawless. And did you see the side of Adam's car, by the way? It's
absolutely mangled on the right hand side.
I'm quite surprised that Tyler is this close up, because he started off 5th. I saw him do some practice laps and they were not that amazing. So this is the curb SB cam, which isn't the curb cam. Let's go. Why does it say curb SB cam?
Oh! So that was Nikolai Bier getting his braking point wrong, I think, and locking up.
Yeah, and again, it's so easy to do on this bumpy track. So, what? Wait. So you had the curb cam on, then did the replay, and then the curb cam logo stayed?
Yeah, it just stayed on. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think Sam's put it on there purposefully.
Oh, he's not the cameraman anymore, so we should call it the Pete Bingham curb cam.
This is right. That's Tony Kloosterman making his way back through the field after pit manoeuvring himself. This is getting tasty here. There's about 4 cars here that are all going to be on the same bit of tarmac shortly. There's 3 ahead of you, which is the leader. Ooh,
he's going in.
Oh, wow. Must have so much damage that he can't continue.
That's a weird move, to be honest. And I mean, I don't have the comps on, but it looked like he put them off a little bit by that move.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Again,
you could see the reaction of the cars behind.
I just put the comps on in game. It's like this whole NQR trip, and Blix. What's his front name? His first name? Sorry.
Eric.
Eric. And Eric, he's like in a NQR sandwich, but like a multiple one.
Yes. So you've got Nikolai Bogatyrov in front of him for NQR. In fact, they're all NQR Europe cars. This is why they're so high up in the points in the league at the moment, because they've all done really well. Bob Woodhouse is the car behind him, and then Ant Woodward is the car behind him. So the whole of NQR Europe are here. There's the lead 3. We're not even a third of the way through the race yet. There's been so much going on, you'd think we were halfway at least.
Yeah, I think that Chris on the chat is quite spot on. Like turn 3, lap 1, Adam, he hit the wall. And Chris is mentioning that he's surprised that Adam didn't have more damage, like a bent steering or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if he has a bent steering, you gotta remember he's a pretty large dude, so it pretty much. I mean, it evens out now. Nobody has a bent steering, and now it's like straight. Especially when he sees shorts. I mean, he complains when he sees shorts, man.
I know. He's probably racing in shorts now, complaining about the wind.
It's a good story though. Like we were, I mean, like when what was it? Like in last year somewhere?
Yeah, I think it was like May, I think.
Yeah, May, and we went to Crofts and we were looking at the British Touring Car Championship, and the whole day, like before we left, I was planning to go in shorts, and Adam put on his trousers, and we all like making fun of him, like, oh man, you put on your shorts, you're such a pussy, and just banter, you know. And then he's like, okay, I'll put on shorts, but I'm always cold. Like, no, it's not gonna get cold, it's freaking warm. Man, mate, it was like a tornado the whole day. It was raining. I was in shorts, Adam was in shorts, and Adam was freaking freezing. I think he had an pneumonia. And so now we call him Mr. Shorts.
This is quite an intense battle here. It's the first one to make a mistake on this track, pretty much, isn't it? And the mistakes are pretty frequent because of the walls.
Yeah, it's super tight racing. I think they're all doing a really good job. So I'm a little bit fuzzy about why JB didn't start.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no JB on track at all.
So if anybody,
Maybe
yeah, so if anybody has any information on that, just let us know through the chat as well.
Good evening to Alan too, and I missed your message come through. He's shouting for Ant Woodward. This is Tony. He's caught up with Jamie Wilson. I mean, Tony's super fast around here. It's a shame that he put it in the wall so early on. But like I say, he's not been feeling very well. So maybe that's part of it. I'm sure I couldn't race at all tonight. Honestly, I can barely commentate as it is. Race a car? No way. No way.
I mean, you could race a car, but not on this track.
Well, I could race a car for about 20 seconds, and then I'll be retired straight away.
I mean, that's your usual MO.
No, that's 40 seconds. Thank you.
You did? I mean, how many times did you crash on the Daytona?
Twice.
Wasn't it like 4 times with the bumper off and stuff?
No, the bumper never came off on my screen, right? So that doesn't count. Oh, that was a wall touch.
We still have a complication of that. I'm gonna ask Russ to make that. Oh, this is really close racing though. Look at how close they are, right front to back. Without seeing anything, like you're closing in on a wall and there's a car in front of you and you can't even see where you're turning. You just assuming that the guy in front of you is just holding his line and...
Oh, he's going to have to be good on the brakes.
And he's leaving the room though, and that's respectful racing. Side by side, there's another chance to even get back at him.
Yeah,
and
if he stays with him,
oh,
he's going to do it, he's going to keep it.
This one is a left-hander, so I'm really frustrated. Oh, that's
lovely.
Amazing, Nikolai.
That's lovely.
Really, really good job. And a good attack about Eric as well. Respectful racing, leaving each other room on such a tight track. Awesome racing. That's what we love to see.
I mean, I can see. Oh wow, that's a cent and a half, and he's lost it. Oh, and he's really binned it. Oh dear, that's a shame. That's a shame.
And now Rob Woodhouse is all over him on the back of Nikolai as well.
He is. This is going to be teammate on teammate. All three of these. So.
That's like a. I think that Mew. I don't know who you are, Chad, but that's a big half. That's a big half, mate. Spot on.
So how did he
do this? It's a gamble. He's just like I'm going for it, and he locked up like in the middle of the move, and yeah, I do respect him for trying that, but I think that if he. It was marginal on the brakes, I think. Maybe a small bump. But the way Nikolai handled it as well, it's great. Yeah. He saw him coming from the right. It's like, yeah, mate, you go into the wall. I'm just gonna keep continuing my race. But again, I like the ballsiness of Eric. Just go for it. You're here for the race. It's a sprint race.
Get it done. Yeah, get it done.
Yeah.
I think he's very much down on handling and power, obviously. Let's see what his steering wheel looks like. Oh, hang on. Do the other one. Oh, he's all over here.
Right, cool, Mew. Yeah. I just call him Bob. Or Rob. I always mess up his name. Rob. Bob. Rob. Sorry.
Nice. Well, who are we on board with here? Have we got the wrong car? I have. We've got the wrong car.
This is Tony.
Oh my god, look at him sawing away. His front wheels must be well out of alignment.
Oh man.
Steering looks okay though on Eric's car.
It's. I think he hit the wall straight on, so he's probably just missing his hood.
Yeah. Which is a feature of V8 racing, to be fair.
I've seen that. What was the guy called again? What's that? I think it was Steven Phillips
Yeah.
who did this on one of the new tracks, and where he was faster without a hood than he was with a hood.
Yeah. He's one of my ex-teammates from way back when we used to drive for Phantom 71. So Simability getting plenty of advertising and sponsorship for this one. So Simability making sim racing accessible are our partners again for season 13. We love having them as a sponsor for our league, and they do fantastic things. So on the video, which was completely out of date, you'll have noticed that at the beginning of the broadcast. I've yet to get it updated, but it's such a good video. I played it again to give everybody an idea of what Simability do for people who are less fortunate than some of the rest of us, and they modify sim racing gear so that people with a handicap, in inverted commas, can race in leagues on sim racing, and they do a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and the way that if you compare sim racing and especially Simability to like games in general, it's like the real toxicity in gaming in general.
Yeah.
Like sim racing, the community besides GT3,
Yeah.
I mean that's like the pinnacle of awfulness, but let's not go there. But like the way that sim racing works is everybody wants to help each other, want to help each other improve each other, and like a company like Simability who does these amazing things for drivers who are less fortunate, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean that's the holy grail for me. That's the difference between sim racing and gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with that more. I'm going to go on board here for a bit of a lap with Simon, so we know how it's supposed to be done. This is where usually cars spear off into the wall once we've put the cameras on them. Hopefully he won't do that. He's going to get himself a really tidy lead at the front of the...
Oh, Jesus, who smacked the wall right there? Was that Tony?
I don't know, maybe. There's nothing on my event tracker at all. He passed Eric recently.
Oh, no, Tony properly smacked the wall on lap 11.
Oh, right, okay.
He hit the inside, hit the outside on braking, then hit the inside, and then hit the outside again.
Welcome to Belle Isle, everybody. Motor City. So we are. Hang on, we're over halfway through this race now. He's so smooth with the corner, and even on a track like this, Simon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's what like Carlos Sainz would call smooth operator. Smooth operator.
I had to put up with lots and lots of singing in a recent endurance race, folks. It gives me a twitch, not in a good way.
Why not?
So it goes along with the motivational speaking.
You mean the ones where like use your right foot?
Yeah.
Stop using your left foot.
Yeah.
Go faster. Really good lap if you're like running a trolley, you know. Yeah, I mean, I did that to you last year, but then I did it to Matt this year.
Yeah.
So fair enough, like it evens out.
True, yeah. I like the way you legitimize it in that way.
Matt did get faster.
He did, yeah, which was weird. You're making the Muse ears bleed now.
Ah, man, I could do this all day long.
So,
yeah, it looked like it settled down, right, Pete?
Yeah, there's some gaps formed now between pretty much everybody. This happens in V8s. Everybody shuffles into some gaps, and then towards the end of the race, they're all piling on top of one another again. The two BSTV boys are fully separated now. I'm trying to get them in the same shot. So that is Adam, and in the background there should be Tyler, but he's behind a back marker, which is Nikolai Bier. So there's Tyler. So there's quite a lot of time between them. It gets a lot closer when you get to the 3 NQR Europe cars. They're right here. But they've given each other plenty of room now. A little
They look
further.
like that they're flying in formation the whole race.
Yeah, I think they're doing it just so they can get some photo shot opportunities for some publicity. These are the 2 closest cars at the moment. That's Rob Venn in the BSTV green car, and Jamie Wilson is closing him down, albeit by only 2 or 3 tenths a lap. Oh, he's just clipped the wall there as well. I wonder if they actually clip the wall in their own cars, because the ping can be a bit deceptive, can't it?
It depends on where they're coming from. I know that for a fact that Tyler was behind me doing some practice runs on Daytona, and he said, "Well, did you hit the wall?" Like, no, I didn't hit the wall. Like, you hit the wall on my screen. Like, I didn't hit the wall. But we're hosting the service on American service, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the being like from a Europe perspective would be like 110-ish, 100, 110-ish, 120. So that should be fine. But I think like we don't have any Australians, right?
We usually do. We usually have Vincent Skillback. Now, Vincent sent me a message the other day to say that his equipment has failed him. He's got to get some replacement bits. So that's a massive shame. Always.
Then it's just iRacing things.
Hey?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate to Vincent because he's a skillful driver, and I think I've asked him, and without any hesitation, I've asked him several times, what does wheelie bin stand for, and he kept explaining it to me, and now I finally remember because it's like a Facebook group.
That's right, yeah. Wheelie Bins Mayhem
Yes.
Republic. They are a Facebook
Yes.
group for sim racers.
And after like a year of commentating, I finally remember what it is. So shout out to Wheelie Bins.
Yeah, he can be taught, folks. Wobbly can be taught. Right. This is getting to be on now, so we've got this closing in on Rob Venn. This is Jamie Wilson now pushing him round the penultimate turn. And Tony Kloosterman wanting to get in on the action.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what Tony can see. I think his steering's a little off.
Yeah, it might have been. I mean, as I mentioned, I did see him clip a wall.
Let's try this camera, and we'll see when he gets on the straight, hopefully. Great on the gas, yeah.
And we have a great battle, by the way. Just like right in front of this, like you see, Jamie is really pushing Rob.
Yeah.
I've been racing with
Ooh,
Rob.
Tony!
That's he sniffed it out of the wall. Gotta get a grass. Tried to do the rally track and got back on. Good save for Tony. I mean, his car is bent up. It's broken.
Yeah.
It's not his race.
He's about a mile back here, look. It looks a lot closer when we were in the car. Yeah.
I think
he's
that
done a good job, though, to avoid everybody.
Yeah, I think that his closing speed was bigger than he anticipated and kind of panicked a bit.
Yeah.
It almost looked like that.
Yeah.
And knowing Tony, he's good on the braking in these cars. He's been driving them for ages, so he knows and understands the braking.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the way he...
Woof.
Oh!
Woof.
Jeez.
Come on,
That
Jamie.
scared me. I had a jump scare right there. But I wouldn't be surprised if he brakes in a different way compared to Jamie and Rob.
Right, okay.
Maybe even stretching his tires a little bit. Maybe putting more stress on the tires while... and that's one of the reasons that he's lacking pace on the track or something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to brake a little bit later.
Well, Tony's got a little bit of work to do now. He's got to get back on terms with Eric Blixt. He's got 2 seconds to make up. If he does do that, he will be starting second and on the front row. Eric Blixt will be on the front row for the start of the next race on pole. Otherwise, Tony's on pole if he stays where he is to the end of the race now.
That was the bigger picture. Yeah. I think he purposely did that.
Binned it just so he could get on pole for the race too.
So,
I mean, round here, it's a massive advantage, isn't it? All the crashing's behind you at that point.
It is, and able to defend here as well. If you really wanted to, you could make life really difficult for the
Like
guy
this.
behind you.
Yeah, like Rob's doing now for Jamie.
Yeah, and as I wanted to mention, like I think like a lap ago, I've been driving with Rob as well for like 2 or 3 years. Oh, someone's on the left. Took the runoff area. What? Anyway,
Oh, it's Nikolai Pierre.
I know. I mean, Rob is a talented guy. He's a good driver. He drives in real life as well. I mean, not in races, but I think he does track days.
Yeah, he does lots of track days. Yeah.
Yeah, so he knows what he's doing. Although, one minor thing, I think that once Jamie starts putting pressure on him like this, I wouldn't be surprised if we would see a small mistake of Rob.
Right.
And that's without saying that he is not able to cope with the pressure.
Oh, Jamie's gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna get a really good run. He was off the gas for too long though. The car got very unyieldy underneath him.
And you can see all the little minor corrections they're doing.
Is Jamie gonna be able to stop? No. He's not crashed it though, so that's one bonus. We were on board with him there. So it's funny, isn't it? That's not the first ones that are...
Oh, give me a sec.
Yeah, that's not the first time that we've seen tonight. Ooh. Is that Nikolai? Yeah, that's Nikolai. I think he's in a very ailing car now. That's not the first time we've seen someone pop out of the toe and end up spinning it. And Jamie had the correct line in turn 1, said Chris. Couldn't agree with you more. It just got very bumpy through the corner for him, just when he wanted to get on the gas. That's what I was referring to. Right, let's go back up the pointy end. 3.5 seconds it is from this man, Simon Trundle, back to second place, Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green. He's got a lot of damage on the left hand side of his car, but clearly it's cosmetic. Third is Tyler Newitt with almost identical damage on the same side of the car. He's 5 seconds behind Adam now. Then we've got Nikolai Bogotyrev, not that far behind, so it almost looks like Tyler's had a moment in recent laps, lost a huge amount of time. So I'm looking through my event tracker and I'm seeing nothing whatsoever. It may just have been some sort of off track and he's turned it back round onto the right line without it triggering any event. Bob Woodhouse is 2.3 seconds behind Nikolai now, so Nikolai's having a great race. You can see the gap back to Ant Woodward. Then we've got Rob then, who is 13 seconds nearly behind Ant Woodward now, with Eric Blixt another 5 seconds behind him. And then Tony's managed to catch Eric now. Jamie lost 4 positions in that little excursion into the slip road. Which is a shame, really.
Yeah, so just like, I mean, Pete is sick because he has, like, quotation mark, not COVID. But I have to get back to my daughter for like in a second every time because my daughter is sick as well because Pete decided to make her sick through Discord.
That's not how viruses work.
Oh. Should get like a quarantine channel.
Yeah. So we are 3 minutes from the end of this heat, round 3, the 30-minute race, and then we've got the hour-long feature race to come.
Were that for NQR cars?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, it's Tyler in front of it. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, Tyler is leading this group. I think he's had an incident. The right-hand side of his, left-hand side of his car looks exactly like Adam's now. His car looks hard to handle.
Oh, and by the way, a shout out for Stacey Woodward, shouting out to Woody, like he's, oh come on Woody, let's go, you know. And I think that Chris on the chat mentioned as well that Nikolai's pace has been great once he got into open air. Yeah, I think that we all see like he's been with the V8s quite some time, and we definitely see a large improvement of him compared to when he first joined. But especially in the last 2 seasons, we see him moving forward. So for me, I'm not surprised to see him even, well, maybe been through an incident, but he's catching up to Tyler,
Yeah.
and he's almost like putting pressure on him and trying to force him into a mistake.
Yeah, we're just watching
Oh, yeah,
Woody at the minute.
that's a white flag.
Oh, right, yeah, very good.
Yeah, so that's that.
We're only
Steve
just
is the guy
starting
called,
it.
right?
Sorry?
The guy's called Steve, right? Is it Steve?
Barney.
Barney, that's the guy. I forget every time, sorry.
Just for Stacey's benefit, there's Woody's feet. Just in case you were missing them.
I mean, I reckon she gets a lot of his feet.
Do you reckon?
I guess.
Is she a feet person? We'll see.
I think we'll never see.
Yeah, what Chris is saying. Nikolai's got great pace with open air. Ooh, that's an interesting little look from Ant there. He's got a lot of curve though, that's going to set him back.
Might have been just banter between the guys on Discord.
Yeah,
like,
true.
oh, I'm gonna send, you know?
Yeah.
And I think you gotta put the camera on Simon. Yeah,
Here he comes.
timing is great.
And over the line for a victory at Belle Isle.
Flawless race.
Absolutely flawless.
Adam in second, and Tyler in third. I mean, the BSTV guys did a really good job, and we're not biased at all, but I hope that you guys are gonna beat them next race.
Ooh, that was
Because,
close in the end. Bob Woodhouse managed to... Whoa!
Yeah, incident point, guys. Oh man, those are gonna count up.
That was funny. And did everything he could there.
And good job on Eric, Blix, and as well for Tony and Björn. I mean, they all had issues, but they all kept racing, did their thing. As we mentioned it every time, we really appreciate everybody who just tries to finish the race.
Yeah,
and especially on a track like
yeah.
this, anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's good English. Yes, yes.
There comes Ivan over the line. A fairly undamaged car there. I don't think he's hit anything, which is always good. Solid points for Ivan. And then Miro, who had that spin right at the start and put him well off his normal pace. Right then.
Yeah, well, I think in the end, a really good result. Simon Trando on first position, Adam right for BSTV Green on second, Tyler Newitt, BSTV Green as well, third position. Nikolai Bogotyrev, NQR Europe fourth, Robert Woodhouse, I never fucking figured that his name was Robert, but whatever. Bob Woodhouse, NQR Europe, Anthony Woodwork, NQR Europe on sixth position, seventh Rob Fan, BSTV Esports Green, Eric Blix for Alkentech. I'm gonna keep pronouncing it like this because it sounds German. It's not German, it's Swedish, whatever. Came in 8th, Tony Klusterman, NQR in 9th, and then 10th, Alexander how do I Cipriano for Hyrule Racing. Jimmy Wilson 11th, Camera, and now my stream is bugged out again. Let's go.
Yeah, Ivan Bauman's in 12th for Track
Thank
Velocity. Miro Haraski in 13th for PCS. Nikolai Bier in 14th for Alcantech, not highly rated. We don't know what NHR actually means. By Nyman Racing. And then JB Dejoux rounds out the field for BSTV Esports Blue.
And now it's 5 minutes between the race, right?
Oh no, JB didn't start, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, right.
So now it's 5 minutes, or is it 10?
It is. Hang on, I've forgotten myself. I'm that addled. It is 10 minutes of warm-up.
Okay, so if anybody of the drivers is listening to the broadcast, they're welcome to get like a small, like 2 interview, you know, like just get a hint of what their tactic is, if anybody is up for that. And not Tyler.
Yeah, anybody wants to come in for an interview, come and join us. Thanks to the Mew for saying he hopes I feel better, same as Alan Toon did earlier. Mew has left us now because he's got to do something else. Alan says it's nice to see Simon in a competitive car. that's a reference to TCRs where he's driving the Honda. In adversity, really, isn't he, Wobbly?
Yeah, I mean, Simon is a great driver, as I mentioned time and time again. Love driving against a guy, talented driver, and yeah, well, in the TCRs, it's. I mean, I drove to Honda, and that was back when it was like okay on slow tracks, like what's that, Winton, for example. There, I mean, tracks like, and but the way he drives the Honda this season. I mean, I tried it as well, just in random practices, and it's. I think that Alan is comment that yeah, it's spot on. In a competitive car, he's at the front.
Yeah, definitely. And he's fast in anything he drives, really. He was fast in the Formula whatever it was that we drove.
No, he didn't drive something.
Oh no, it was Jamie, wasn't it?
No, Jamie was pretty quick in the Formula 4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, I'm saying the paint job.
I got quite agitated as well because he was fast in that. Because I usually am a little bit quicker than Jamie, but I got agitated because he was on certain tracks he was faster, and he really pushed me like on even doing practice as well.
So, my sources, I have insider knowledge. My sources tell me that this is likely to be a 39 lap race. What Chris has just put in the chat there as Eric Blixt practices a pit stop, because you're going to need to here. He says if you're leading, then split the race 50-50. That might be an option for Tony this time, because he'll be on the front row. He finished 9th in the first race, which puts him on the front row in second, starting for the main feature race tonight.
So, just a quick question to Chris. Maybe even if you want to hop in the booth for like a couple of minutes. Why would you split the race into a 50-50 if you're at the front and able to hold them off? I mean, I'm not. I can drive the V8, but I'm not like top notch. I'm like more top 5-ish. That's it. Because I don't have any strats, but I'm just curious. So if you're interested in joining the booth and just get some explanation about that, it would be great.
Right. Well, before we get Chris, if he does turn up, I'm going to drag Ant Woodward in because I've had advice that I can from Wild Rides. Good evening, Ant. How you doing?
You put him in the wrong channel.
Have I? Oh, I have, yeah. Why have I put him in there? That's just foolish. That's foolish. Right, maybe I've got him in the right channel now. My addled brain seems to work very slowly. Are you there, Ant?
Yep. How are we?
Are you doing practice pit stops by any chance?
Yep, I'm out now.
Yeah, can see you on there. Stacey's clearly watching you and shouting you along, as is Alan Toon. You got behind your two teammates in that race, but overtaking round here, safe overtaking at the very least, seems very, very difficult.
Yeah, I couldn't get near him. I couldn't get near the back of him to make a dive. Potentially turn one, I was faster going in, but yeah, no margin there.
Did you make any contact with any walls, or did you play it utterly safe for that sprint round?
No, I don't think anyone went through that without tapping a wall.
Right. Yeah,
I probably tapped a couple.
It's part of the treatment, isn't it, really? And Tony didn't have the greatest of races in your sister team. He turned it and then did a few other little incidental dramas along the way.
Was there no contact with that, or was there some
Tony,
contact? Or?
Yeah, he had a bit of, well, not with the spin.
He had wall contact.
Yeah, he did have wall contact.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like so uncharacteristic. I wonder if it's like network related. I know he's been blinking today a bit. So.
Oh, okay. I know he's not been well physically in a similar way to me at the moment.
That affects your network.
It does, yeah. Yeah, virus in a different way. But what position are you hoping for in the second race?
Who knows? Just keep out of trouble, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
That's the plan around here. This is the type of place where you can swing a mad win. So, you know, aim for the top, man.
Very true. Wobbly, you got any questions, Front, before I send him back?
No.
Fair enough. Thanks for letting me drag. Thanks for letting me drag you in. I'll put you back with NQR.
Did you put him in the right channel this time?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've just checked. So yeah, what's Chris saying on here then? He's saying get the tyres, is what he's saying.
Yeah, so basically, if I interpreted Chris' comment as right, he is referring to the tires in the V8s. They fall off quite severely after a couple of laps, and especially when you push and overheat them and you lock them, it gets even worse. Obviously, but in the V8s, it's even worse than you expect. So Chris's advice is like, if you're leading the race, your best strategy overall is like to win on the tire strategy, pit like halfway, preserve the tires, and try to use the best of the tires every time you have new ones on it, like your fresh rubbers on it. Just utilize that.
And from what I remember of driving the V8s, and it's now before all of the updates, you've driven them in anger more recently than me.
Yes.
After the first like 2 laps, you get like a honeymoon period where you get loads of grip and then it falls off a bit of a cliff.
Yeah, so like on the quality thing, what we use, at least what I used to do, is like go as slowly as you possibly can, like on the first lap, and then you get maybe 1.5 laps that they're like in premier condition.
Yeah.
And then they start falling off really slightly, and after like this grace period after 5 steps, let's say 5 between 15, you feel they're falling off, but like it's doable. And after when you get towards lap 20, they get so bad, like you feel like you're driving on ice. And there's a way to push through that and gamble on any incidents going on. Because the car is obviously getting lighter, so you're going to compensate with that. But because of the tires getting worse and getting less pressure on the tires because you have less fuel in them,
yeah.
You might even be slower with with premier tires on low fuel than with high fuel. So it's like a really small marginal line you're trying to balance. And I think that Chris's advice, like pit halfway, get load on the tires, don't run them down all the way to the I got the word,
to the canvas,
to the rim. Yeah, sorry, to the canvas. Yeah, so I think that advice is spot on, and the reason I'm asking Chris, because he obviously did way more miles in the car than I did. But I feel like, yeah, there's like this small period of grace where you're in, where you can really make a difference.
Just sent you a little thing to put into the chat, if you would, Wobbly, in the game, or in the sim, sorry, if I upset anybody by calling it a game.
What did I do?
I've just sent you a message on Discord. If you can put the Grid Set 2 message into the chat in the...
You didn't send me anything.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh,
No.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. In Discord.
Yes, done.
Cool, thank you very much.
At least I typed it. I don't know if it did anything.
It
It did anything. No, it didn't.
It didn't do anything.
Nope, it didn't. So, it's up to you, mate.
That should have done.
Yeah, I typed it like 4 times now. It doesn't do anything.
Excellent. Maybe you've not got admin rights in the session. Which is going to be interesting. Let me see if I can do it. Apologies, folks. This is going to look very strange.
2 seconds.
Oh, I've missed it. I think. Yeah. Right, we're going racing.
Oh, no, somebody missed a grid.
Really? Oh, well. With Tony.
Oh, he's going to be mad.
He is. I don't know where he is, but he's not on the... Oh, he's in there now. Where is he? I don't know. Right, let's watch everybody else get going.
We'll figure it out in like a second.
Oh, dear. Did he hit the wall there, Eric? I don't think he did. I think he managed to just about avoid it. Tony jumped to the pits from the grid.
Yeah, because he probably thought that it was longer.
Oh well. I couldn't type fast enough.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks, because I did put it in 4 times, but it didn't react, so we'll figure it out next time. I'm really sorry to Tony, because now he has down on.
Got everything to do now. Ooh, that's into the wall, I think, from Rob Van, maybe. He's letting cars go. He's got no damage, so I think he's avoided that.
And I'm quite surprised that the field got away this clean again. I mean, last time it was a mess. Not last race, but last time it was a mess. And the race before that, we had that like 3 races ago as well. It was a mess as well. So a really a big compliment to all the drivers that we got through it in the start completely clean.
Right then. Oh, that's not clean. That's
not clean,
right,
and they figured itself out. It's fine.
Have they? Is it not blocked?
No, it's not blocked.
Right.
2 cars back to back. One 180 and then a 180, and the other one is driving forward.
Okay. Yeah, we've got to be careful around here, folks. Ooh, wow, that is a very ailing Nikolai Bogatai rev. Wow.
I think that Ivan just moved out of the way. Nikolai didn't expect it at that point.
Yeah.
In that corner, at that spot. Oh, somebody in the background. What's that?
Van? Is it Rob?
Myro just had an incident.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just hit the wall. Yeah.
No, he's not hit anything. This is carnage tonight.
No, he hit the wall.
Did he? This car doesn't look affected at all.
Wait. A small nudge. His car isn't affected though.
Right, I'm gonna go back to this big crash.
Yeah, I think they collided. Like small. And look at this. They did hit each other, but they did sort themselves out. I think that's a good job of all drivers who are involved.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what happened with the grid step back thingy because I typed it 4 times and it didn't do anything.
Okay, right.
I'm glad to see that Tony still decided just to move on. Again, we're sorry about that.
Right, lots of pressure here for Alex Sevillano Lado. Right at the front of this field now. Eric Blixt closing him down. Simon Trendle is moving forward slowly.
Yeah, and if you look behind Simon, you see Jamie, but he has damage on the left front.
He does, lots of it as well.
Right front, sorry.
Yeah, right front.
And it's so, I mean, it's a track, and the same goes for like Chicago, for example, or Long Beach. It's a track, once you get into the groove, it looks really dangerous if you drive it, and it is dangerous. You gotta keep on your toes every time, every second, every moment.
Yeah.
But once you get into the groove of it, you start to filter out those walls somehow, and you just do your thing. It's still stressful, but at a certain level, you just get used to it.
Mm-hmm. So, into the chat booth. I'm going to bring in Chris Jackson. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. How are we doing?
Well, we were doing great until whatever happened at the beginning. Tony didn't get to grid or reset to the pits from the grid. I'm not sure which of those two things is true. We tried to extend the grid and couldn't for technical reasons. Now he's got all the work to do from back here. Talk us through this track then, from a fast racer's perspective.
Wow.
Are you saying that I'm not fast, Pete?
I'm definitely saying that.
Your explanation was very enthusiastic, Wally. So I'll give you that. And there is lots of lefts and rights, and you want to be close to the walls. But in terms of the line, it was a bit shoddy there, mate. So I'll be a little harsh on you there. But
to be honest, in my defense, Chris, it has been like 6 months before the last time I drove this track.
I wasn't sure if you knew if a left or a right was coming up, so.
No, I knew which corner was coming up, but like in the middle, I was like, oh, there's a double left, right? You know, like on this specific part, which is streaming right now. I mean, it's left, right, you know, but it's like a double left, and I forgot this part, to be honest. So I think you mentioned that. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's all good. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
So any advice for the racers that are on track at the minute, particularly, well, now for Tony? He's got to run it long, really, hasn't he?
Well, we'll have to see. Tony looks like he's got about 3 seconds to the Nikolai in front of him.
Yeah.
So what I was saying in the chat there, if you happen to be leading, the best strategy is pretty much always the best strategy is you want even tire with this car, because the tires will fall off a bit and then you can change the tires out, and your best overall pace will be an even tire in this car. But given the pace in the first race, and typically what I did last season when I raced as well, is if you have a pace advantage over some of the field, the best strategy you can do is, especially on tracks that are difficult to overpass like this one, there's really only 1 or 2 spots to pass, and even then you've got to almost get a mistake from the car in front of you. So what I was saying there is, if you can manage your tires, so if I was Simon, Adam, Tyler, and Tony, if he gets on the back of Nikolai shortly, is I would pit at the earliest fuel window,
Right.
and then jump everybody in the pits. The only risk there afterwards is just managing your tires, but when you have a pace advantage, you're going to undercut everyone in the pits, you're going to be ahead of them, and now it's going to be hard for them to pass you. The only real threat then comes from maybe the leader, if they have good pace and they're running an even tire, is they're going to be coming at you at the end unless you've gapped them by enough. So that's kind of the key strategy I would do, especially around here, is whatever the fuel window, when that opens, if I could, on a full tank, if that's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'd be coming in at that time and trying to jump the field, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, yeah. It's quite a solid strategy when you describe it. I wonder what these guys will actually do, because the two that we've got running at the front of the field at the moment, they've got very evenly matched I ratings, which are pretty high from my perspective. But everything's high from my perspective. I think they're going to be quite experienced racers. I don't know what their experience is in the V8 though. You'll have raced these guys in the officials, I think, over the years, won't you, Chris?
I've seen their names here on this, actually. I haven't, because I basically only race the V8, so when it comes to other cars and other drivers, I don't have much experience, but they're putting in great lap times. So in terms of this race, I think they should be focusing on each other. Is it Alex and Eric?
It is, yeah. Alex Simability, yeah.
So Alex will be looking, I think, for Eric to possibly undercut him if he can keep that gap there. In which case, that would be Eric's plan. If I was Eric, I'd be trying to save a little bit of fuel, stay right behind him, come in maybe a lap earlier than Alex, and force Alex to pit, and hopefully you jump him in the pits, and then see where you come out against the strategy of the others behind. But since they have about a 3.5 second gap back to Anthony there, that would be what I'd be focusing on if I was in first and second right now.
Yeah, and the NQI Europe boys did a great job in the first race. They got a bag full of points for the team, and they're doing really well here as well, with Ant in third, Bob in fourth. I think Nikolai got caught up in somebody else's incident right at the start, but he's putting loads of pressure now on Nikolai Bier. They must have just a really good setup. Have you spoken to them? He's passing him now, actually. It was a lovely overtake.
I haven't spoke with them. I know the boys typically, like, I was kind of the outsider with my setup. The guys like a very, very similar stable setup. I like a very loose, kind of difficult to drive setup. It has benefits and downsides, but all these guys pretty much like the same setup. Including Tony. Tony's had some bad luck again. I don't know, maybe he forgot to put the fuel in and jumped out and then missed the start. I don't know what happened there. I'm sure we'll find out later. But definitely at our Anthony and Bob there. Great pace, race one, great pace right now. Those boys are doing really well. And it seems like they're pushing each other, which is good, right? Competition in the paddock is great. So
yeah, absolutely. Right, cool. Any shout-outs you want to make before we let you disappear? Mary, I'm guessing, is at the top of that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to bypass Mary, actually, because she's leaving with the kids all day today. So I've only got a few minutes here to jump on and watch this and enjoy the broadcast. But Simability, all the racers who show up, NQR, the team, you guys for the broadcast. Good luck, everyone. Have a good race. And thanks, guys, for hosting this race today. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers, Chris.
Take care, guys.
Excuse me.
It's always good to have some inside information of someone who actually knows what he's talking about, besides from us just blathering around.
Yeah, too right. This race at the very front here is riveting, as is Tony's charge through the field. Oh, wow.
That was really... That could have gone sideways. That did go sideways. Oh, and...
Tony's let him go there, but...
Completely BSTV spirit. He acknowledges he messed up. And they keep on fighting. They lift. Nobody hit the wall. Great racing.
Yeah, I don't know what damage Tony will have got from that. Hopefully nothing. He was scything through the field. Yeah. Sometimes the car-on-car damage is worse than the car-on-wall damage in iRacing. So Tony got on his inside and pushed him off a line. I think this is Nikolai's fault, this. Because he's come across the front of Tony and he wasn't clear to do that. But never mind.
No, well, anyway, I think that the situation was that Tony didn't expect Nikolai to move back to the right, and Nikolai didn't expect Tony to be there like he was.
Yeah.
I think that the way they resolved this by Tony just waiting, acknowledging that like this was a weird incident, we both messed up, let's just try to do this the proper way and race again. Good job on him.
Yeah, these two romping away from the group behind, and it's quite a group now. Two NQR cars, Adam Wright and Tyler, two BSTV cars, and then crawling up to the back of them, Simon Trendle.
Yeah, and to be quite frank, I would have thought that Simon would have closed a little bit faster on them, and I would love to be not on replay, Pete.
Hey? Oh. Thank you. I'm blaming it on being ill. Oh, hang on. We need to go back to replay immediately because this happened. So this is after the previous incident.
Tony's pushing him around though. Oh, a small hit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good job. I think this is Tony forcing him into a mistake. He put pressure on him. Besides from the little contact they had, which they resolved, it's just the pure mental pressure.
Oh, that's offline from Alex.
Yeah, but
only a little
corner, it's double left. I mean, you can defend this.
Oh, he's not going to defend this though. That's mega overspeed. But he's going to have to go around the outside into what is effectively turn one. The others are just kinks.
See that we go. Oh, on the outside, you get a better corner.
Oh, lots of wheel spin though. Like loads of wheel spin.
And if you stick it on the outside here, if you're able to hold it here, you get. Oh man. Put your big boy panties on. Just believe it. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's hard to say on the outside there. But if you're able to, then the next corner is a left-hander, so you'll still get him.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bit of racing from the pair of them. I'll keep an eye on that.
That's what she said.
I don't get that one.
Well. I'll send you a postal letter then. I'll explain it. Through a duff. I like an owl. I mean, I've been playing Harry Potter instead of racing.
Yeah, you've lost your life to that, I think, haven't you?
Oh man, it's amazing.
Have you got a junior wizard?
Oh man, it's really cool. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm just gonna promote it right here. Just play it. It's just amazing.
Right, it's closing again now.
So close. Oh man, this is why I love to watch racing. Is it sim racing? Is it normal racing? Just like this.
He's bolted to the right hand side there.
This is the pinnacle, like side by side, look at street track,
Is he gonna
street
cut
course.
back? Yeah, he's trying to cut back. It won't work because he's not going to be able to carry the speed through the corner.
The cutback on this bit doesn't work because the straight after that is too short.
Too short, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to get a longer straight.
Excuse me again, folks. Right, what's going on back here with Miro? He's on a recovery drive. That's from a long way back, but he's going to do it.
Dive.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but he left the room though.
He did, yeah. Well done, Ivan.
Ivan didn't leave the door open, but still it was a dive.
It was well measured, let's say. So where's Tony at the minute? He's trying to get back on terms with the cars in front now. He's got 5 seconds, but he's eaten into Nikolai's lead by a second a lap, so he's going to be there soon. This group are still piling all over one another, but they're dropping to the cars in front, so there's 2.5 seconds now to Eric and Alex. Obviously they're squabbling over first place. Is slowing them down a little.
Yeah, so the top runners did a 31 for both of them, but the guys behind them, they all did a 30, let's say a 31.0,
yeah,
and a couple of 31.9, so they are closing on them. If they stop fighting, they would be able to catch these guys. And it's just Ant who's just dictating the pace at the front right now.
Yeah, he was the fastest of that group. Yeah. Oh no, he wasn't. Tyler was.
No, he wasn't. Tyler was. But Tyler is. I mean, I'm sure that Tyler, Simon, Adam, maybe not Adam, because he's. I mean, it's Adam. But the other guys are definitely fuel saving behind those, behind Ant.
So they're doing what?
What happened with? Oh no, wait.
What?
That's SDK. No, something happened to SDK. Myro and Ivan. I mean, I thought that Myro would just run away from Ivan, but he's still like, Ivan is like, no. I didn't let the door open, but I'm just gonna keep haunting you the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big hit. Who was that? Was that Bob Woodhouse? Yeah, Bob Woodhouse hit the wall hard. Or was it Ant? I think it might have been Ant. It was Ant Woodward.
To be honest, I didn't really see it.
And we've missed, because I'm stupid, this. But it must have just happened. Oops. Sorry, try again.
Stop clicking things.
Yeah, I shouldn't be in control of anything.
None of your life.
Excuse me. Oh, he's got on the bumps.
That's wow, good save. To be honest, I think that like saving a car on a street circuit like this, or in any particular circuit, it gives a better feeling than overtaking someone. It's like your heart rate goes up to like 190.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, not the wall, and then you're saving like, oh, good job.
So just keeping you up to date with where Tony's recovery is. He's taken 2 seconds out of Nikolai in 2 laps, so he's closing on him rapidly. He's done the fastest lap of the race, a 1:29.9. So he's making his way through the field quite quickly now.
So is Nikolai still part of NQR?
Yeah.
What is different?
That's a properly smashed up Tyler behind. Oh no, it's not. It's Adam, that isn't it? Adam's absolutely mullered because of that crash at the beginning. But that should all get repaired at the stop, because they do get a fast repair. Doesn't appear to be impeding his race pace. So now it's Eric that's running away.
Yeah, and there is a chance that it's still visual damage and it isn't really impacting them.
Yeah. Right then, so we are 20 minutes into this 1 hour race, a third of the way through now. We would be expecting pit stops from about the... Oh, as I say that, see the two BSTV cars peel off into the pits.
That must have been orchestrated, been on the same tactic.
Yeah. I mean, they'll all be full of fuel right from the start, so... Oh, actually, Nikolai's in the pits as well, behind them, so this will be the earliest window for pit stops, clearly, and still make it to the end, but they're going to have rubbish tyres by the end of the race.
Yeah, I think that is a fairly smart idea from Simon to just continue.
Yeah, he's got free track in front of him now for at least a lap. He is a good nearly 8 seconds ahead of his own teammate, who's got a very smashed up car behind him. He'll want to be pitting very shortly, I would think. Tony Kloosterman won't be pitting, I don't think, because his car's reasonably untouched. Although he did have that contact with, I think, Pete, it was Nikolai. Yeah. Excuse me.
But to be honest, that was such a minor impact that's got to be a 0. It was nothing more than a 0 contact.
Yeah. And Miro's doing really well now. He had that incident in the last race and starting to build on it. He's chasing down Nikolai Bier here. Oh, Nikolai got a big bag full of curb.
Can you order a bag full of curb, Pete?
What?
Can you order a bag full of curb?
I'm pretty sure you can. There wouldn't be
What
much
would you
curb
get?
in your bag. Well, you get 2 pieces of curb in a bag.
From which track?
Any track you choose, really, I suppose. Bob Woodhouse in the pits. As we've got this going on out here. So the 2 BSTV cars have come out into traffic. That's Ivan in front of Tyler, who's jumped Adam in the pits.
So...
Ooh, look at that. Bob Woodhouse coming out of the pits right behind Tyler. This is going to get busy.
He was in front of him.
He was.
So Tyler did him on the pit.
He really did, actually, yeah.
And I think that Ivan does a good bit on just staying out of the way.
Oh, it's Miro.
This Miro, yeah. He's
Now
like, I like that wall. Let's hit it.
We've got 2 things that happened in the same second. The first one was this one, and I don't know what it is, but it's on Woodward.
Oh, trying to move at the side. Oh, that's gonna impact him though.
Yeah, he's gonna crab now, isn't he? Yes. He's broken his rear axle. I think.
Are you sure about that? No, I think it's fine, to be honest.
Maybe it was all just wheel spin making his car, like...
So, that might be the reason why Tyler came out in front of him.
Maybe, yeah. Tony's just overtaken him because he's in the pits now. Let's go back live. And then we'll have a look at Miro's incident. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think he just missed his brake marker. Yeah, it just locked up a little, tiny little bit, like starting it. And he tried to bowl those tires out of the way. Fun fact, Detroit has the most registered bowlers in the United States.
Bowlers?
Bowlers, like playing bowl, you know, like
Alright.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lots of room given there. Lots of room. Bob Woodhouse giving Ant Woodward tons of room. Not Ant Woodward. Adam Wright, tons of room.
Why would, like, the official motto of Detroit apparently is Spermarus melioro resegut senderibus.
What?
Yeah, so basically it's Latin for we hope for better things. It shall rise from the ashes. Speramus melioro resegut senderibus. That's probably something different than I said before, but...
Right, we've got both Team Chimera cars in the pits. Now, Simon Trundle is usually super rapid in the pits. Tony Kloosterman is off to the races now. He's got nobody in front of him for 11 seconds. And then he finds our two leaders. Alex Sevillano is now a whopping 6 seconds behind Eric Blixt.
And Eric, did he pit?
Excuse me.
Eric didn't pit yet,
Not
right?
yet, no, not yet.
So I think that he is making a crucial mistake, though.
Oh, right, okay.
He was like 2 seconds ahead of the guys behind him. The guys behind him were faster. The only way that he could have been able to fight them off, if he, well, to be honest, that depends on what like the end game is. Well, let's say that he wanted to fight for the win. Then he's now giving in time on the guys behind him because they got newer tires.
Yes.
He's gonna struggle with the old tires, and he's obviously gonna get an advantage on
afterwards. Yeah.
Yes.
You're saying he's going to come out behind cars, which is going to be a massive, massive disadvantage at Belle Isle.
Yeah, because
there he goes.
So yeah, I think it's like 2 or 3 laps too late.
Right.
So he's gonna come in behind them, and now he's got better tires for like 3 or 4 laps. So he's gotta make those moves, but he's gonna be behind like 4 seconds probably, ish. So he's gonna use those tires to gain up that advantage, and once he's finally at the rear at the end, then he's not be able to go on to pass them because he had to push the tires.
Yes. Now, what do you think of Tony's tactic here? He's going long, clearly. He's the only car not to have pitted other than Nikolai Bier and Ivan further back.
Only chance you forgot. I mean, it's the Williams tactics. That's what I call it. It's the Williams tactic. You see with, like, L1. Oh, nice slide. He's struggling with the car. You can definitely tell.
Well, his tyres will be quite old now. He's been through traffic. He's had a few bumps.
Yeah. But if you have a thing like this where, on whatever reason, you started to back, may it be a technical starting issue, may it be like you gridded too late, whatever. You start to back, you know you have the pace to be at least top 5.
Yeah.
You have one chance to make something out of the race, and it's just hope for a weird incident at the front. Stay out as long as you possibly can. Go for the long haul. Hope that anything happens, and that's what I call the Williams tactic. And maybe you still get a podium. Maybe you still get top 5. You don't know, but you hope for anything worse. You don't want anything bad to happen to other drivers. But then again, you're still a driver. You still want to win. You still want to get a good result. So in the back of your mind, you're always like, oh, good luck. Oh, I hope you fail. You know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that as well.
Ooh. They get so close to the wall, don't they?
Yeah. And to finish this, like the thing, I do something different compared to the other guys. I mean, that's Clyde's favorite thing. I mean, let's give a shout out to Clyde because he's in freaking Florida, just going to the Indy 500 again. Where Bill.
The Daytona 500.
Sorry, Daytona.
Alright then, here comes Simon Trundle on Bob Woodhouse. Bob didn't fight that really.
No, left the room.
And Chris saying that Tyler and Adam got held up on the outlap. Yeah, we saw him. We saw Tyler come out right on Ivan's bumper and stay there for a little while.
Yeah. I think we gotta keep a close eye on the lap times, especially from Tony, because don't forget that Tony, because he's running along, he's also the one stopping the shortest amount of time from you.
Is that right? Surely they do the same pit stop because they need the same top up. Doesn't make the race any shorter.
It doesn't make the pit time shorter, right? Oh no, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, it's the beer.
Oh, right. Rob Venn's back in the pits. And it might be because of whatever this is. I don't know it's because of this, but let's see. Oh my word! That's going to be a snapped front axle for certain.
Is it that small tap?
Yeah.
We see way worse. Oh yeah. Oh.
I wish the car had turned around so we could see what the other side looked like, but I don't think there's going to be any kind of wheel on that at all. Oh dear.
I'm gonna go on board with it.
Yeah, I'll do that now as well. Oh, his wheel's off at 10-2. Yeah, that thing's dead. That's a massive shame. I'm not sure what Ivan was doing coming back on track like that.
That's...
Let's have a look at it from Ivan's perspective. From my perspective, that's a bad rejoin. So his car is... What is he doing?
I didn't see that. I was looking at Rob. I mean...
Oh, he's ended up facing the wrong way after spinning, which it's not shown me. And then he's rejoined right in Rob's path. That's... Yeah, that's a sad thing to see, that. Right, Tony Klusterman has entered pit road.
Wasn't that after Rob already had damage?
Rob got damage in the first lap. He was in that massive crash. He was the start of the massive crash. But he'd have had that fixed in the pit stop. He's now got to sit in there and have damage like properly done, I would think. Even then he's going to have a tow time. So I think he will be moving to the back of the field. Tony is out. Let's see what his pit time was.
To be honest, it was on Ivan, yes. But I've rewatched it and I think just how annoying it might have been and how frustrating it might have been to Rob. I still believe that it's just bad luck as well. It is basically, you look at the interval like on the relative. You feel like you can make the turn and then suddenly out of the blue you miss the car. Yes, again, it was a bad rejoin, but we've all did things like this.
Yeah. This is Alex Savillano. It's down as a crash. It's more of an embarrassment, if you know what I mean. Just blushes on that one.
Like a usual corner for you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Thankfully he didn't hit anything at all and he can carry on racing, but that was his he was our one-time race leader. Eric Blixt is back at the pointy end. His gap over the rest of the field is reduced. I don't know why Alex Alex Savillano is now in 9th place. He's dropped a massive amount.
So the only one who didn't pit yet is Eric, right?
No, the whole field is pitted now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, then Eric did one of them, because then he did an amazing job by just keeping it on first place, having a gap of 3.5 seconds, and now it's all up to what lap times they're gonna do. Oh god, what's gonna happen here?
I don't know.
Oh god, I feel bad for the guy who's coming up. Oh, it's just driving slow and letting cars by.
I think that is all it is actually, because it's classed it as a crash. He's just letting the field go. That was really boring. Sorry, folks. What's Chris just said? Alex had that T3 into the wall, into the T3 wall. Yeah. I didn't think it had put him down that many positions though. But I suppose there's not much between the field at the minute. So yeah, you'll be right. I thought he'd only lost a couple of positions, but it'll have been more than that, of course.
So, Eric just did a 138. Tyler did a 130. So, somehow Eric was able to keep up the pace, which he was doing with old tires, and now he's in an advantage with new tires, and he's still pulling away. So, massive clap on his side. I'm gonna applaud him for that. And if it's gonna stay like this, then I know my vote is going to today.
So Tony Kloosterman is in the 129s again, but he's now encountered the traffic he's already passed previously. Probably not this car, because this is Alex Sevillano. Alex is rapid anyway, so he's probably going to sit there for a while and let Alex move the cars out of his way for him. Excuse me.
Yeah, can you stop coughing? Thank you.
I'd love to.
Okay, stop then. Yeah, in general, I think that we've seen real good racing today. There were fights, there were a couple of small minor incidents between cars.
Yeah.
But in general, like these three we're looking at right now, Tyler, Adam, and Simon, they're all right onto it. They're all still in the championship, and I'm pretty sure that if one is trying to make a move like this, Tyler is definitely trying to look. Is this a tactical one? This looks like a tactical one. I'm gonna call it. This is a multi-21. I'm gonna call it. Tyler feels like he's gonna be faster. And if I would have been Adam, or whatever, I wouldn't never let him buy. Doesn't really matter. I don't like teammates. I don't know why I'm in a team. My point being is that we've seen some awesome racing, and this level of racing and this level of excitement goes through to the end of the season, we're gonna be in for a real good ride.
Oh yeah, definitely. This particular series is always like that, right to the end. Last year, Simon only won it in the very last race.
Why would there be 50 fun facts about neighborhoods in Detroit? Jesus.
Nobody really knows. Oh, that's a pit manoeuvre by Tony Kloosterman. Nobody hit a wall or anything, and Tony has parked it to let him through.
Yeah.
There we go.
A racing incident, but
yeah.
Fair enough. Again, fair play to Tony, but in this situation, I think had he might have felt like it was on him, but then again, somebody, I don't want to say brake jacked him because that was not what happened, but he didn't expect like the way he braked, and stuff happens, you know.
Yeah, and in this car in particular, if you're like not diving in, it makes it sound bad, but if you're rolling through a corner, you're carrying momentum through a corner, even the slightest touch on the brakes in this car will make you spin, so you don't want to do it. So sometimes you're only left with one choice, and that's to let the other car slow you down, and he's now through very nicely. Alex has let him go, and that's resolved now, one lap later.
Yeah, and it's still a matter of respect. So again, a massive amount of respect to Tony, just to, when it happened, decided that he decided it was his fault. So let him buy again, and fair play. I mean, fair enough. Good on him for doing that. And I'm not encouraging to give little taps to get by. Don't get me wrong. But I do think that sometimes it just happens, you know?
Yeah.
You don't always have to be the gentleman. Even in our leagues, we love gentlemen, but sometimes...
Oh dear.
That's gotta be some damage.
Yeah, Simon Trundle heavy into the wall on both sides of the car now.
Yeah, well, now at least it's even.
At least it's even. Yeah, we'll say he did that on purpose just to balance the car up, yeah?
I actually tried that before. It works. If like your steering is broken on the one hand, then you just hit the other wall on the other hand, and the steering gets straightened up again sometimes. Or it gets worse, so 50-50 chance. I would take it.
So Liam on the chat from the TCR challenge spectatorship says that Jack James didn't die skiing while he was in Italy, which is always good news. We'll look forward to seeing him back racing in the not too distant future. Still can't believe he went skiing instead of racing with us.
Wasn't Jack James in the TCR race on? Yeah. We had got. Yeah. He was in the TCR race.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Then we got the whole fan gang back again. Amazing.
It was good fun.
Go Jack! Go Jack! Jack! Go Jack!
Right then, let's see what else is going on. Jamie Wilson's tracking down Nikolai Bogotyrev.
So, this, no, not this, but Eric Blix.
Yes.
This is his first season, right?
Yes.
Amazing that he's gonna pull out the win. If he just keeps on doing this, he's pulling away from Tyler, pulling away from Adam, pulling away from Simon, a multiple winner. Yeah, massively great to see. I mean, I love good drivers. I love drivers who take another approach. And he did take another approach and didn't go with the 50-51. Went on 60-40-ish with his tires. And see how this worked out. And wow, he goes drifting through the corner. Amazing. Proper shout out to him. Lovely.
Yeah, and fastest lap of the race is still with Tony Kloosterman, but only by 0.07 of a second.
But look at his time. I mean, Tony did a 1:29.929, and then Eric did a 1:29.96. So still 3/10 quicker than the guys behind him.
Yeah, the only difference with Eric's fastest lap is it had an incident on it.
Ooh, yeah, okay, so now he's never gonna be a champion. Sorry, Eric.
Ooh, we're getting very, very tasty back here. That's a really nice bit of braking from Jamie Wilson there.
Yeah, if I look at it like this and you see the way Jamie is able to brake towards the rear of Nikolai, you would suggest that Jamie's tires are in better shape, on better condition than Nikolai's.
Yeah, a bit of wheel spin leaving the corner there from Jamie, which will slow him down a little on the straight here. The not straight.
Well, he has a fat ass. Don't worry about it.
Look at that though, he's nearly pushing him around this triple left-hander.
Oh, just bump drafting him for the corners in a V8 on Detroit. What else could go wrong? Oh, he got a good exit though. I think he's gonna go for it now.
Not here. There's not enough room into this left-hander, right-hander.
And oh man, it's just. As I mentioned, like before we started the broadcast, I mentioned like a friend of mine was recently. Well, we started iRacing like 3 or 4 years ago. I think 3 years ago. He is kind of impulsive guy. He sold everything again and he bought everything again. And when we started, I was quite impressed about how cars, our drivers, were able to drive so close behind each other without hitting each other. And I'm still, till this day, I mean, I do it. You do it. I mean, you hit the other cars, but I don't. But
I drive very close, yeah.
But in all general, I mean, in general sense, it's amazing how we're all able to drive this close behind cars without killing each other.
Yeah.
And if you look at it like on the television camera, it looks like it's okay, but oh whoa, nice slide. But once you get on board, like if you would have get on board with Simon right now, hint, get on board with Simon right now. Pete, yeah, good job. And you see how close they are together. Not even able to see the apex of the corner. It's amazing how far we've all gone, and how good they've implemented this on iRacing.
It is fantastic. I mean, the proximity that you get to the other car. Look at this. He's got a great run.
Oh, look at this! Amazing.
There's no way you can't get through there. There's no opportunity here or here.
This is what we love to see. This is what sim racing is all about.
Yeah.
Real close.
Look at this. We're going to get a great launch here.
Oh,
this is going to be
great, great. Go to the right. He's blocking it off, though.
Yeah. There's no way through there.
This is a proper defense. Go to the left. Oh, amazing. And then they hope to go side by side for the next corner. And get the cutback like a small hinge. And he's trying to go for it. And no, you're fighting. Come on, Tyler. I hope you die. No, sorry. And then the next one is a left-hander.
It's a bit cutback.
No, you cut back. It can't be done right here. Now the corner is too tight because there's no straight. Excellent driving by both of them.
Yeah, and that's why these guys all turn up for racing just like that.
And he's forcing him all kind of lines which he doesn't want to. Simon is putting everything he's got at him.
Yeah.
Going left, going right, and Tyler, and especially like the gentleman's agreement, like you move once, and you see them, they move once in the braking zone, not anymore, like they choose the line and that's it. Which is absolutely fabulous. And behind them, and two NQR guys are fighting as well.
Yeah, that's starting to come together now. They'll be with each other very shortly. Whoa, that was a big wiggle again from Tyler.
This is the perspective of the gyro cam. Once you're in the cockpit cam, I mean, like in the cockpit, but for real, it is even. Whoa, that was all. He almost lost it out to the left. And he got a bad exit now. This is the moment. This is the moment.
He's already.
He got a good exit. He's got it. He got it. I think he got it.
Simon's
and trying to do a really big. Oh, and Simon got forced out wide. Oh, he's on the proper side though. Tyler's on the right side, but is he able to keep it on the left? If he gets a nose in on the left, he's trying to do it, and is he able to do brake later? And now he's on the proper side, going to the left. Both side by side right to the wall, and now Tyler's on the right side again. Oh man, this is amazing driving. And now you see the NQR guys. Who's that? Rob. Rob is trying to like, I want some piece of this as well. Oh, amazing. Jesus, man. This is the pinnacle of racing, man.
That was absolutely fantastic.
I think that Simon did everything he had to do. He forced him into a small mistake, forced him out on the outside, knew the next corner was going to the left side, but somehow Tyler managed to go even later on the brakes than Simon expected, which gave him a little bit of advantage in the next corner.
It's just Simon's throttle control that's incredible, although two of them into the wall there, on our screens at least.
I think they don't hit the wall there, to be honest. We've seen too many smokes there.
Yeah. Right, let's see what they get done this time. He's too far back for any kind of big launch unless Tyler gets the exit wrong there, but he looks fine. Simon must be regrouping here, I would think, but those two NQR cars there... No, he definitely hit the wall then, because his car moved under braking.
And the NQR guys, I feel like Rob and Ann, and again, it's so confusing that the one calls Woodhouse and the other Woodward. I mean, come on. But I mean, they're just trying to annoy me. No, but I feel like they are a little bit slower than Tyler and Simon. But because Tyler is forcing and driving really defensive lines, they gave up on getting the first position. It's fighting for second place, second position. And the reason that Rob and Ann are able to keep up with them is just because of those guys fighting.
You can see that these two are now pulling away from the two NQR cars again already.
Yeah, because they're not fighting at this point. Yeah, and once they start fighting again, we get the same harmonica effect again. Oh man, I love this. I love this close driving. I hate it when I'm in the car, but I love it to watch. I like my drive to be smooth, you know, like I start the race, I drive away, and I win. You know, that's what I like. I like to be Lewis Hamilton, but without all the annoying things like, oh, this is a great crowd.
Yeah, without the millions of dollars a year.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like, millions of dollars. I don't like millions of dollars.
I think Alex has possibly broken a bit of his car, maybe not. It was fairly flat contact, wasn't it? So I think he'll be okay with that.
Yeah, it really depends on the angle where you hit it.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this like when we started doing the 24 hours of Daytona.
Oh no, he's in the pits.
Oh yeah. But can we switch back to Tyler? Yeah, yes. This is what I want to see. Oh, that's a ballsy move on the left-hand side, like right to the wall, trying to get the cutback again. Tyler getting a really good exit, but Simon is able to get more grip, and now he's stuck behind him again because now we got double left.
Yeah, triple left actually.
No, this is a double, and then you go right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair enough. You call it triple. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the bit where I was talking about with Chris. Like I forgot which corner was which.
Yeah. I mean, it's easily done around here. They all look identical. Simon
getting walls.
Well
walls and curves. Walls and curves. Walls and curves.
A ton of stuff to avoid.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned this about when we started like the 24 hours. I did smack like the NMHD wall into the wall on like an official,
right.
And I was able to just. I was going in like 250, like flat on through the bus stop.
Ooh.
Flat on through the bus stop, hit it on the side, was able to like get in like at a straight angle, and somehow I only lost like 2 kilometers an hour on the straight because of that incident.
Right.
And I did the same thing on practice, but then I came into the wall like with 80 kilometers an hour on a different angle, steering completely broke.
Right.
Yeah, I think that like on iRacing, I don't think I'm not sure if it's iRacing, but like oh man, did he pull it off? But this is
he's done that one.
On iRacing, like the angle of approach on the still wall. Oh, did you different cars though, by the way. Oh, he had an incident. That's the racing he got past, and that's pressure.
Yeah.
Good job on Jamie. Unfortunate for Nikolai, but good job on Jamie putting so much pressure on him.
Oh, this is another one of a bit like Rob Venn. I think he's going to come out and park it, waiting for the field to pass him. So I'll skip past that. Sorry, folks. We'll get back to this battle at the front here because it's getting hot again.
Yeah, so if you were able to like commentate on that for 2 minutes, then then I'll be able to get another beer.
Nice one. So Simon back in the draft again. He's sold him a puppy and he's down the inside here. That's a lovely, lovely bit of con work. Is he going to make it stick though? Can he hold it around this outside again or not? He might keep it for this left. No, he's not going to be able to. He's slotted himself back in quickly before Bob Woodhouse could get through there. Wow. Alan Toon with a shout out to Tyler and Simon. A demonstration of skill and gentlemanly conduct, absolutely. That was intense. And this is the sort of thing that we love from this V8 League. This constancy of close racing, fair racing, and such a... I don't know what this does to the league, folks, because yes, we're only on the 4th race, but still, as long as this man, Eric Blixt, doesn't do anything silly, he's going to get himself a massive bag of points. Should just note, while Wobbly's not here, that Adam is in 2nd place, and is in a bubble of his own, 9 seconds either side of him. Nowhere near the intensity of what's going on behind him. Let's see what happens this time round. I don't think Tyler's going to fall for the double move again. It's a lovely cutback. If he can get the grip underneath the car, he might just stick it into the left here. He's got too much curb there, really. But there's a wheel spin from Tyler. And he's got to give it up again. Fantastic racing still. Simon will try anything in a different place on the track. Of course, every time they battle now, it brings Bob Woodhouse into the fray. We can't look away from this. This is obviously the closest racing on track at the minute. You can see it on your screens, although Tony Klusterman's now caught Nikolai Bogotyrev after all these laps. So he may get in another position there. Excuse me. So, again, Simon closing in on the back of Tyler's car here. We go for another lap of this intensity.
I think that Simon is oh man, he's gonna be fuming inside that car.
He's done everything right, hasn't he? He's just not managed to get past.
No, and knowing Tyler, he's really enjoying this fight as well. Tyler is a racer, pure and simple. He likes battles. He likes forcing you to like do your best. Like go for it if you want to, but he respects the move. But ooh, this is what he likes the most. He did hit the inside there though.
He did, yeah.
And it definitely, I feel like Simon has a definite pace advantage on Tyler compared to, and even a tire advantage on him as well.
When did he pit? He pit 3 laps after Tyler, which is going to be a reasonable amount of tyre wear, to be fair.
Yeah, especially on a track like this with all the bumps and all the stretches and all the sliding that we're going to do because of the bumps. And I think that Alan just mentioned something on the chat. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned it before.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But, you know, call it out again because it's absolutely right. These two are absolutely brilliant in close proximity to one another.
Yeah, and I think that the amount of respect between these guys is great as well. And I still feel like that Rob and Ed, they are evenly as close. You see, Ed is even closer to Rob than Simon is to Tyler.
Yes. I don't know whether they're going to swap places and give Ant a shot at it, but...
Oh, and is he going to the right? Oh, he could have got it. I think I would have just stuffed my nose in there, but hey, well, I mean, I'm an a-hole, but...
I'm glad you agree with me.
Ah, mate. We all know that. It's fine.
This is Tony Klusterman.
Let's just swap Tyler in for an interview right now. I'll make it on that.
Yeah.
And we're approaching like the last lap as well.
Oh yeah, we are, yeah.
I think that the next lap is the white flag. We might be on the white flag. So this is Eric, which, again, I didn't mention before. It's
white flag.
White flag. I'm gonna call it, mate. You know what I'm gonna say, right? He did an amazing job.
Oh yeah. That's something else. So there's so many nominations for driver of the evening though. These two on screen. Ooh, Simon got a mega wheel spin.
He's just really pushing for it. And I'm sorry for Eric, but he did an amazing job. But this fight, this is their time.
Excuse me.
Stop it. Tony still has the fastest lap, by the way. Just shout out to him as well. Oh, look at this defensive line all the way to the right.
And they're closing in on Miro, a back marker. That could make all the difference.
No, Miro's a decent guy. If they get in the way, he won't get up. Oh, Simon is pulling every trick at the book, just trying to force Tyler into a mistake. You see, Tyler is even braking in the middle of the corner just to try to catch the car.
He's hit the wall.
And Simon hit the wall, and now
Yeah.
and now Rob is on his rear as well, and is coming in as well. Oh man, this is gonna be a penultimate fight to the finish for second position even maybe.
Yeah, and Nikolai Bogotyrev, I think, is pitted for a splash and dash.
And we didn't even notice, but Jamie is up on the rear as well, and I think that Myro is doing a really sensible job right there.
Yeah, he stayed well out of the way.
Shout out to Myro, really good job. You noticed what was going on. Good job, mate. And Jamie is forcing Anne as well, and there was a slight incident. There was like a slight block of tires or someone going through the last corner towards the back straight. Is somebody able to put? Well, no, last corner. But is somebody able to do one more on the last? And it's gonna be Tyler on second position. Third position. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Simon on fourth, Rob on fifth, and on sixth, and then Jamie Wilson behind him on seventh. They all came together at the end, and what we have been watching an amazing fight for the last 30 minutes. Amazing, a really good job to you guys, and still I would love to say that Tyler, I hoped you would have not finished on the podium. And those guys, what is there? Sorry.
Yeah, it's just I think Tony was maybe out of fuel there.
It looked weird.
Yeah, he's. I think that was that Nikolai had let him go earlier, so he was just repaying the position. Right, well, that was full of drama. We've still got Nikolai Bier to finish. Oh, there he goes. He's done well for a number of incidents today, but he looks happy about it, so let's hope that's happiness in those tail wagging fun. I mean, he can afford to crash it now because everybody's over the line,
But remember that every incident point detracts 1 point on the championship points till the session ends. So keep that in mind. General comment. Oh, that's X4. Just like a general reminder, every incident point you get detracts 1 of your points. You let's say you get 10 points, you get 4 incident points, you get only 6 points. So remember that if you. And we just look at the results. So if everybody finished, you're fine. Is not everybody finished? Like some guys.
Everyone's over the line.
Yeah, but I know, but I didn't finish, so that probably means that on the results you get like.
No, if you don't start, you don't get counted. So it's
cool.
all good. Right, let's go and. Do you want to run us through the finishing order? So if it's not too blurry.
Yeah, so Eric Black's a really amazing job. Tech and HR by racing. Amazing job, mate. First place. And why did you switch to the camera replay? No, I don't know.
Just keep going. Oh, right, keep going.
Yes, okay. Adam Wright, BSTV Green on second position. Tyler Newett, BSTV Green as well on third position after a really good fight. But Simon Trenner ended up fourth. Robert Woodhouse, NQI Europe, and Anthony Woodward, NQI Europe as well, fifth and sixth. Jamie Wilson came out right at the end, just came a little bit short on the other guys. Team Camera on seventh position. Nikolai Bogotyrev, NQR. You have Tony Klusterman, NQR as well. Came in on 8th. Tony, just now 9th, sorry. Nikolai Björ. Pete?
What?
Every time you start moving this screen. Arkan Tech by NHR, thank you. And it just bugs out, mate. On 10th position, Myro. Really good job at the end, by the way. He had an unfortunate race, but really good job on the end, staying out of sight of the battles and just letting the guys by. For PCS, 12th position, Alex Zerviano for Hydro Race Racing Forces.
Easy for you to say.
That seems counterintuitive. Anyway, 12th position. 13th, Ivan Bowmans. We didn't see a lot of him, but the battles we did see were good. I mean, he had a battle with Tony, left the room. Really good job on that. 14th, Rob Fan, who had an unfortunate incident with Ivan rejoining the track. Again, we think it was an Ivan, but we all have those incidents. And JB Dejeu, the guy in BSTV Blue, who didn't start at the end.
Did not start, yeah. So we've got a little queue in the interview room already. We'll start ticking them off, and we'll start with our race 2 winner, Eric Blixt. Do you want to take this one, Wobbly?
Yeah, lovely. Eric, congratulations on your really amazing finish, first position. What's your first reaction? How do you feel?
I just feel like I kind of missed out on something because I did my pit stop, I came out and I was like, yeah, still leading pretty much, and I managed to pull a little bit of a gap instantly and just managed to keep the tires under the car the whole race and just keep on building on that gap.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this to Pete during the broadcast. I told him he missed a shot. He's going long. He shouldn't have gone long. He's not gonna be able to hold this. And then you came out. You had 3.5 seconds. I don't know how you did it, but it's an absolute compliment because we all know that how the tires fall off on the V8s. Really good job. Was this planned all along? Like, did you plan to go long, or did you just react on what the others were doing?
To be honest, I was like sitting with my teammate and like, yeah, everyone else starting to pit. Like, should we pit? I don't know. Like, I had no clue about this. I actually wasn't even home until like the practice started, so I haven't done many laps at all.
So you haven't done many laps. So how many laps did you do as practice?
I don't know. Did I do? I did 19.
19 laps, and you still went out of the race. And again,
I hate him, by the way.
Yeah. So Pete hates people who actually have talent.
My mainstay is usually NASCARs on road courses, so I think that's a cheat to begin with, and especially the old Gen 6 NASCARs.
And how did you? I mean, this is the first time I've seen you on track, at least for me. I know you drove last, like 2 weeks ago as well. But how are you feeling about the league? Do you feel like you need more competition, or you feel like you're gonna compete for more wins, or give your general thought about it?
I mean, I'm just happy I found a VTuber league I can run. I used to run unofficial, official European, which really old, the first one we had on iRacing. That haven't really found anything, so well, I think the competition in here is good, and I think this is probably not gonna be this easy for the rest of the season. I think that the track overall, yes, the track itself is such a challenge, and I do have issues like fighting other cars. I did do a bit of an oops in race 1. I just completely missed my brakes, but it's just building confidence racing others is gonna be the biggest issue, not pace, I would say.
Yeah, well, anyway, congratulations on your first place, and you did a really good job, and we love to see people like you joining the league, having fun racing, and doing something different compared to the other strategies. I mean, you might mix it up a little bit, you know.
Well, there wasn't a strategy, so I guess maybe that's the way to go.
That's
get rid of the strategies. Just to go with the flow.
Yeah, just go with the flow. I mean, I like that. I like that. Yes, congratulations, general mate. Any guys you want to give a shout out to?
Just Nico on my team, and yeah, everyone in the league, of course, and just getting a grid together is always fun.
Okay, cool, mate. Well, we'd love to see you on the grid next time as well.
Thanks.
Cool. Right, next into the booth is our where's live booth gone? Is our race 1 winner, Simon Trendle. Good evening.
Evening. Sorry, I was talking to Tyler.
No, that's fine.
You should be sorry, Simon.
I pride myself on moving people mid-conversation, so it's fine. Race 1 went a lot like the previous weekend of V8 racing. You had quite a dominant victory there. Obviously, this track itself is challenging. I suspect, but I don't know, that race 2 would have been more enjoyable for you with the huge tussle that you had with Tyler for I don't know how many laps. It looked fantastic. What was it like to race it?
The battle itself was fantastic. I love that. I'm just annoyed that I was in that position because I had clear air, and then Alex made a mistake into the wall.
Yeah.
And just close that gap, and that was the gap that I was working in to try and keep up. And then that forced my hand into the pit lane, which is why I ended up behind Adam and Tyler. And that's really annoying because I wanted to know how the race would have folded out the other way, but I did enjoy the Tyler battle with Tyler. So I don't know which way how I feel. I feel happy and sad, as Jamie said. If you make that sense.
No, it does make sense. Your pace was right up there again. I was saying that you looked so smooth through the corners.
Not on the second race, I didn't.
Well, maybe not, but
being behind another car absolutely toasts your tyres.
Right. Yeah.
And all of us were sideways everywhere at the end of that race. So.
Is that just lifting downforce off the front of the car? Is that it?
And the rear. Well, it's lifting downforce off the front, which is causing you to understeer, and then you're using the rear to turn the car. So then you're cooking the rears. So it does both ends of the car eventually, and it just makes it harder and harder. And you saw the end results, which is I couldn't get past.
Yeah.
Some,
you did some amazing stuff.
Risky moves.
Well, risky and well calculated. We saw some risky moves from others that didn't pay off at all. I like the move where Wobbly had just gone to the toilet or somewhere, and you kind of conned him into going left, and you went right into turn 2 or 3, the sharp right-hander, but still couldn't quite get it nailed because it still couldn't block the track enough to keep him behind you.
No, rear-end grip because I put the tyres having followed him.
Yeah. So fantastic though. And race 1, you kind of got away and stayed away. It was a showcase of Belle Isle, really.
Yeah, first race went like last week, didn't it? I was making some mistakes, and I made all my mistakes in a window of 2 or 3 laps, and I just figured out why it was, and it's just because I was braking more in a straight line in the race because I didn't want to bin it into the wall.
Yeah.
And it's just made the brake bias back a little bit, and it seemed to cure it a little bit. I popped some smoke in the second race as well when going to a corner and completely locked the front wheels. Having went to lift and coast, and then when I was actually at my braking point, not my lift and coast point, which was a bit stupid, but didn't go into the wall, unlike Jamie. Down through the escape road, unlike Jamie.
Although Jamie was in the escape road in race 1 and did a great job of turning it around without hitting anything. So
he said he was proud of his turnaround.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one.
More proud of not going down it in the first place, but
yeah, too right. Next time out we are at, and I've forgotten already. I knew it before.
Bathurst.
Oh, it's Bathurst in the first of our endurance races of the season. I mean, these cars are obviously made for Bathurst. Do you see yourself going well there? I mean, you've been fast on the fast tracks, if that makes sense, and that is one of the fastest ones we'll go to this season. How are you gearing up for Bathurst?
If you'd have asked me before the last round we did there at the end of last season, I'd have said I'm going to die.
Right.
I'm still probably going to die, but a lot later than I probably would have done beforehand.
Oh, okay, right.
I might make it 1.5 hours before I put it in the wall, whereas before I probably would have made it 10 minutes. So it's a tricky track. I don't gel with Bathurst. I know I love the track, but I don't gel with it. It's very annoying.
Right, well, there's a few people in the field that absolutely adore it. Tyler, who you were duking with all night tonight, for the second race at least, that's one of his favourite places, and he's just come back from there, as I understand it. So I'd follow him round if I was you.
I don't want to look at the back of his car anymore.
Well, this is true.
I'm sick of the sight of
sick of the green and black. Anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go and carry on your conversation?
Yep, to you guys for the league broadcasting it. We'll be watching back. I'm assuming that there was quite a lot of me and Tyler on it in the end of that second race.
A little bit, yeah.
To Jamie for making me look good, as I always say, and to Simability and everyone who turns up.
Yeah, well said. We'll see you at Bathurst next time on March 4th. Simon Trundle.
See ya.
Okay, so next up we shall... Did they finish in the same order in race 1 as race 2, Adam and Tyler? I'll put it on screen just a sec.
I mean, I'm never paying attention, so...
No, I know. That's why I have to be here. So we'll bring in for your
Yeah, that's why you have
pleasure.
to be here.
Yeah, of course it is. For your interview pleasure, Adam Wright, possibly and hopefully mid-sentence.
So, Adam, thank you. Bye.
Awesome. See you later.
So you did end up with 2 good results in 2 races. How do you feel like race 1 went?
I'm annoyed with both, if I'm honest. I shouldn't be.
Both be honest.
Yeah. I'm trying to channel my inner wobbly and be a twat, but
Gotta be more of a twat, mate.
No, I thought I had good pace here, and when I saw Kenzie wasn't rocking up, I thought, well, I've just got to worry about trying to beat Simon. And I think halfway through turn 4 on lap 1, I was like, yes, I've got him. You know, so I'm gonna just keep behind me, and then I just hit the wall because, yeah, I don't know, wobbly. So
if you did a wobbly, you wouldn't have hit the wall.
Probably wouldn't have made it that far in the first place. But yeah, just a little bit annoyed because I think I had the pole time there as well. I had a 28.7 in me, so I'm annoyed I didn't put that out as well. So yeah.
Just explain that one for me then, because if you had a 28 whatever, is that at a particular temperature? Because nobody got anywhere near a 28 in the race.
No, for quali.
Ah, right. Low fuel and good tyres, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, and then in the race, I didn't really feel like I had... Well, I mean, yeah, so I hit the wall first lap, and then I got myself wound up, you know, so Tyler calmed me down and kept me going, kept the gap behind me, so I got to thank Tyler for that. And in race 2, helped me out massively.
It looked like you guys did a multi-21 at a certain point.
In race 2?
Yeah.
So yeah, we would have been, because yes, we did. We're saving fuel massively because we pitted half a lap before the window opened, but we really wanted to get out of traffic. But I forgot to check the traffic was going to come out in, because, you know, I just cannot do more than one thing. I can't do one thing at a time.
Wait, wait. I've got an honestly urgent question for you. I never check where I get out on track.
Oh yeah, you got to check. So I got the track map up, and it tells you where you're going to come out, and if you in your predicted pit stop.
Never done it before.
Well, what's the point in coming out in a load of traffic that's slower than the traffic you're already in?
Oh well, at least you get to fight through it. You got something to do.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, we had something to do then when we came out. And in the first stint, I was saying to Tyler, I know I should be fuel saving, but I can't fuel save. So I know you're going to get me, and Simon's going to get me in this pit stop, and then Tyler jumped me. So we done the multi-21 just because he said he felt like he was losing pace, but I had no pace to catch Eric. Awesome job by Eric in his first round. So I was hoping he was going to kill his tyres, but he didn't. So it just feels like 2 race wins kind of went missing today.
Well, in the end, you did have 2 good results. You didn't have as much fun as Tyler did because he had an amazing fight with Simon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could hear it. Constantly because I was having to update because he hasn't got race labs at the moment, so we're checking the fuel numbers every other lap when we could. But he was too busy fighting Simon to tell me his fuel number, and so it sounded immense, and it's helped me out in the long run. So
well, still, you're still in the fight for the championship anyway because you did 2 good results. Last race you had a good result as well. Looking forward to Bathurst?
No, not really, because I struggle. I love Bathurst, but I'm crap at Bathurst, as you know.
Oh yeah, I know, because it actually needs talent.
Yeah, needs talent. I can't put enough practice in to get anywhere near the pace I need to. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Tyler's not going to be there, so he's let me down this time. So.
Oh, is he not going to be? Okay. I might try to show up.
Yeah, you're going to pull me. Nice. Okay, that's ruined it. I won't be turning up then, I'm afraid.
Oh, nice. Then I was turning up. If my steering was. No, good job on the results. So I guess you're disappointed about the results, but then again, you did came in at a podium place twice.
Yeah.
Nothing to complain about that. There would be guys, there would be guys in the field. If you're complaining about this, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna see you.
Well, this is what I wanted. I wanted to be good enough to complain about not winning. So I suppose I should be happy. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Any one you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, like I said, Tyler, he's helped me out massively today, race 1 and race 2. Just keeping my head in it in race 1 and holding Simon off in race 2, just keeping the pressure off from Simon really. So thank Tyler, Rob for being there as well. JB had to scoot off, busy again.
People.
Simability for continuing to support the series, and I want to give a shout out to Pete today because he's holding the fort together. So thank you, Pete.
No worries. Thank you very much, Adam.
No worries.
I can't say I can't say curse words anymore.
No,
so
you're not allowed. No.
Especially not on Israel Scats.
Yeah, he's gone now anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so next into the booth for my interview pleasure is Tyler Newitt. Good evening. Or should I say, g'day, sport?
Sure, why not?
Was that Australian or Cockney? I don't know. Votes on the chat, please. So anyway, apparently if you try and do a Cockney accent and squint your eyes, you instantly become Australian. Anyway, 2 third places. You can't be disappointed with that, really. I wouldn't have thought, given A, it's Belle. B, you managed to keep one of the fastest races in the V8s currently behind you for like 1 million laps of Belle, and you both did supremely well throughout it. Such wonderful speed, talent and sportsmanship, the likes of which we've not seen for a few races, but we know is completely prevalent in this league.
Well, and I haven't sat in my Sib rig before that practice session until since Daytona, so
right.
It's been about a month, but yeah, I hopped in today and I like Belle Isle, so I said, we'll see what I can do with no practice. And after a few laps, I'm pretty sure I told Adam, well, the podium's out of reach today, but I for once in my life had a good qualifying, and I think that was really the difference maker. I think I put it
Fifth.
I put it 5th. I was struggling kind of the whole session up till then to get a lap in without hitting the wall, but I guess that's all I needed to figure out was how to do qualifying, and that was the trick. So I was not expecting a double podium for sure, but yeah, I was just happy to help Adam in the second race. He was definitely quicker. I just had no long run pace whatsoever, which probably boils down to the lack of practice. And was going to do my best to keep Simon off him, and ended up giving him an extra spot for the championship too. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard that you've just come back from Bathurst, but you're not going to be at Bathurst on March the 4th. It's one of your favourite tracks, isn't it? How can you bear to be away?
Yes. Well, it's my wife's birthday, so.
Wobbly.
You definitely have your priorities wrong.
I was
well,
going to
not
say,
only is it that, but
list?
I won't be in my I will be traveling. So.
I'm gonna repeat. You have your priorities wrong.
I know. I believe me. I'm gutted that I was not consulted when the schedule was being made, and Bathurst was put that weekend. But there's nothing I can do now. So, yeah, I figure I don't have a shot for the championship this season, but I can do what I can for the team standings and go for that safe driver award again. So I think that's where my head's at, and somehow 2-0X's despite hitting the wall about 15 times in the 2 races. So
I didn't expect anybody to get a 0x race. Like anybody. You got 2 0x races.
It takes a decent hit to pick up a 2x around here. And I think the bigger surprise was that Simon and I kept it off each other. And no no contact there. But I mean, Simon there's no one I would rather race, to be honest, than Simon. I mean, he is just he knows how to have a good battle while leaving space and being respectful. And I felt a little bad because the second time he sent it on the outside into turn 3, I thought I was further alongside than I was, and absolutely dove it in on him, and he gave me way more space than I deserved. But other than that, we just had a phenomenal race and a lot of fun.
I think we mentioned that actually on stream as well, but I totally agree. I think I've mentioned this tons and tons of time again on the broadcast. Fighting against Simon is, he's going to give you the space you deserve, but not more and not less, and it's amazing to drive against him.
It's fantastic. And I mean, the league is chock full of guys who will race you clean and hard, and that's why it's the best league on iRacing. But Simon in particular, on the rare occasions I've been close enough on pace or strategy to battle him, has just been fantastic. So was glad to get back for that, and need to put more practice in for the next round since I'll be missing for a month again. So
no worries. And anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you disappear off and prepare for Elizabeth's birthday?
Adam for the setup, which I promptly changed to be more to my liking, but he gave me a starting point, which is good since I was just jumping into it. But yeah, thanks to Adam and for being my fuel calculator, because I'm not I switched to OpenXR, so I'm not running race labs right now, and I was just relaying to Adam every time I was on a straightaway what fuel I had left, and he would tell me how far to the good he was and how much he had left. So it was a bit of a patchwork fuel calculator, but it worked, and Adam was great. And thanks to Rob for being there. I know he had a tough day, but it's always good to race with. So thanks to that, and thanks to you guys for the broadcast, of course.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we'll see you at whichever race it is after Bathurst. Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So, we've reached the end of our time tonight. That was a race of complete drama and unexpected results, really, I suppose. Tony Cluse.
Well, to be honest, Pete, I'm going to interrupt you right there. I mean, we did have one really unexpected result. We two unexpected results. But in general, I think that the main group of drivers finished where they usually finish. Looking at Tony, who was unfortunate with gridding, that's one of the unfortunate results.
Yeah.
And we have one more, but I forgot because I had a couple of beers. So we had one unfortunate result. But most of the grid ended up where we usually expect them to be. Oh, the other one was Eric, who won the race. Jesus, I forgot. Yeah, I mean that was unexpected, amazing, and really good for the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we've got one of the hardest things to do in any race, and that's vote for our racer of the evening. I'll summarise. And then I think I'll probably go first. Eric, who is on the screen at the minute, a race win in a V8ESC race is nothing to ignore. Usually I don't go for race winners, so I'm going to talk my way through this before I make a decision. But he's not been racing in the league long, and he doesn't race V8s much, and to win a race is a monumental feat. Adam got 2 second places, despite hitting everything. His car looked absolutely mullered in both races, really, and still brought it home for 2 second places. Similarly for Tyler, played wingman for Adam and had one of the best wheel-to-wheel races I've seen in probably a few seasons with Simon Trendle. Same for Simon, a race win and brilliant racing. I could possibly go down the entire field and say great things. Alex was leading the race for quite a long time. What's that? Who are you talking to? Oh, you're talking to Ivan on the chat. But I think I can't ignore the fact that Eric has won a race so early on in his V8ESC career, if you want to put it in inverted commas. he's kept it clean. He's run a great race. He's done a good strategy. So he's going to get my vote for this evening.
Yeah, so I think I already kind of mentioned what I was gonna vote. I really love that Eric was able to drive away in the second race. He did a proper job on the first race. He was a bit unlucky, which placed him on pole in the second race. Yeah, my vote is going to Eric with no doubt. He's definitely showing potential, and I think that if he's going to be able to keep this kind of quality, kind of talent, this kind of pace up, that I would not be surprised if he's going to be fighting for the championship as well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Hopefully he can emulate that in other races. So, speaking of other races, if you enjoyed tonight, then you'll probably enjoy our TCR challenge as well if you've not seen it before. This week, we're approaching well, we're not at the last 2 rounds just yet. We've got Oran Park for rounds 21 and 22 of the TCR challenge on Wednesday of this week. Hopefully I will be in better health and I won't sound quite so much like I'm dying as I am now. We've already mentioned that this series, V8ESC, comes to Bathurst on March 4th. There'll be a lot of practice from now till then. I have to say, thanks to Wobbly for stepping in Clyde's absence while he's probably in better weather than both of us, watching Daytona 500 in the company of Barbecue, Bill Switzer, and Kath. And yeah, it's he's in a far more comfortable place than us, I think. But thanks to Simability as well for sponsoring the league, and I've already mentioned, go to the website and see what they do for people less fortunate than the rest of us. I'll say goodnight now. I'll hand you over to Wobbly to say his thanks and goodnight, and then close the broadcast. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, great having you all here. Great racing tonight. A great shout out to the drivers. Again, as Pete already mentioned, shout out to Simability. Great to see this type of quality racing, this talented field. Love to see more. It was been a joy.